Okay, well, that's just how it's gonna have to be. Hello everybody. Today is another episode with me. Unfortunately, I don't have my boyfriend with me in this episode today because today we are going to be looking at how anchors do their makeup, or really anybody that goes on TV. So the other day at work, all of the main anchors got a little sit down and tutorial, if you will, at work on how to do their makeup for screen. Apparently each and every one of them needs to do their makeup a certain way because of the way their faces are shaped. Of course, that's how everyone should be doing their makeup, tailoring their makeup routine. That's just common sense. So today I'm going to actually be doing one for one of my colleagues, Michelle, because unfortunately, since I'm the intern, I don't really get one, but we do have a lot of the similar features. We've got kind of the rounded square face and, you know, similar pointed noses and wide eyes, everything like that, plus blue hair, or blue eyes, blonde hair. I've obviously not had enough coffee today. So we are going to be sitting down. I'm going to be looking at what she was given. It's kind of like on a piece of paper, so I am going to post it up here, and we're going to just follow along and see how I do. Let's get started. So I already put my moisturizer on, got my face all cleaned up, and I'm just going to be reaching back and forth trying to find everything. So this tutorial suggests that we first start with concealer, which is not something that I'm used to starting with. I normally do my foundation first and then go into the concealer just because of the way it sets. But, you know, gotta follow the tutorial, so that's how we're gonna do it. And it says to take a brush and go in. So that is what we are going to do. So I have my Clinique Even Better right here. This is what we're going to be using for foundation today. So if I'm correct, it says that we need to take the foundation to where the F's are and blend outward and downward. So we're going to take a brush, my Morphe brush. This is the M439. Freaking love this foundation brush. And I guess blend with the F's. I have no idea what the F's are. Oh, it's the F's on the chart. All right, this is already not going well. So we're going to take the F's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, there's that. Already, it's not looking too good. It looks nice and cakey. Not at all what we want, but yeah. This is what we're going with. Oh yeah, so here's a correction. I already screwed up. It says instant eye lift. This is in terrible handwriting, or I just can't see. Instant eye lift in an upside down triangle. This can be done before or after foundation. Okay, so thank goodness, because I actually want to add another layer of this foundation because this looks terrible. This is not the coverage at all that I am going for. And then we're going to do some concealer to try to fix this. So from experience, you spend a lot of your day on the road when you're anchoring or doing reporting. You're trying to get the stories done for the broadcast, and your makeup is like the last thing, obviously, that you want to do. A lot of people will actually just come into the office without their makeup on, guys especially, just because don't wear it if you don't have to is kind of like the mantra. And then when you, like the hour before you go on there, a lot of them spend their time in hair and makeup. But the team thought it'd be a really good idea to spend a little bit of time with a makeup artist to kind of learn what best suits their face, because it's Boston. There's a really wide audience that you're reaching, And if you don't look your best, you're not gonna want to go on air to speak to millions of people, and you're really not gonna want to put it on a reel, you know, to potentially get you to an even bigger market like New York. So, like, to the national level. I also saw a tutorial the other day where a news anchor sat down and did his makeup for air, and it was hysterical because there is a lot of steps even for males when they go on air, just because those cameras are not nice. I mean, anybody who has one of those HD televisions, you can see everything. You can see those fine lines, you can see any discoloration. It's just not pretty. It's not cute. Of course, it'll go out into public without makeup on, like special events and everything like that. I'm cheating right now because I really want this blended in, and this is the foundation that's really thick in consistency. It's water-based, so normally it would be okay to go in there and do it with a brush, but I find that brushes are better with oil-based because it's slicker. The water, it really soaks into the skin and to the blender to get a really fine look. So I feel like these are also like rudimental directions to doing your makeup. I'm not sure if they did that just because, you know, you don't need to get too crafty, like you can't do fun eyes or anything like that. You have to keep it really natural looking, which is weird because bronzer and all that stuff, like a smoky eye or a sultry eye, which I've seen a lot of news anchors and reporters do for camera, those aren't natural. So moving on. Now is when we're gonna get into the concealer. So it doesn't say what kind of brush to use with the concealer from what I can see. It just gives directions on where to put concealer. So I'm going in with my Morphe 421, M421 brush. This is what we got here. That's what we got going on. So, unfortunately, I have only really good concealers, like my Stila concealer. This is actually for my fake tan days. I don't really have a concealer anymore for my pale days. So let's see what we can whip up here. Yeah, so I don't have any concealer. So we're just gonna move on. We have the foundation done. Let's move on to the highlighter. I have High Beam by Benefit. Really cute sample size because I can't afford the real one. And we're just gonna put that in where we need it most. So highlighter is in blue. So you're also gonna put it on the Cupid's bow. Really accentuate those focal points. Okay, that's done. Also got to put it in the eyebrows, I guess, which is weird because I haven't done my eyebrows yet. So this will be fun. So I'm not even gonna worry about that right now. So now, since this is gonna kind of act like concealer, I'm just gonna go in, because again, I usually do this with a blender, but it isn't saying, well, actually, because it's not saying anything, I am gonna go in with a blender. Cute little beauty sponge. Okay, so I've worked that in. Now, we are going to see what else we got here. Oh, it is time to set my face. I've noticed that this is not the greatest because I don't see anything on here about baking your face or anything like that. And if you don't, your face is gonna look really, really shiny on air because no matter who you are, it's gonna pick up any oil or any shimmer that there is because the cameras are ruthless. I keep dropping everything. All right, so even though it doesn't say anything, I'm still gonna go in with a little light pressed powder and just kind of finish it off. So this is the number 7 translucent perfect light pressed powder. It is hypoallergenic. Don't remember if it's non-comedonic, meaning it won't plug up your pores. We're just gonna go in. Okay, so now that that is done, now we're gonna go in with, I love how I'm not keeping my makeup at all organized. Okay, so now we're gonna go in and do a little bit of that bronzing that they talked about. This is the Tarte Hamptons Weekend Contour Palette. It is super cute, and it's also kind of nice shades for both when I'm tan and when I'm this. So we're gonna go in with Farmer's Market. That's the shade. If you've watched any of my videos before, I have mentioned it. And we're just gonna work that in because it says for bronzer that we are going to do a cute little C shape, or as I like to call it, the 3. And then also, if you really want to add some dimension, you can just, we're gonna go in with Summer House. Now that I look more like a clown, let's go back in once again. I don't even care anymore. We're just gonna throw stuff around. Okay. So there's that. Now let's see if we can go in and do the brows. So it says for brows, way on the bottom there, that we are going to do, make a good strong underline. Oh, I get what they're saying. So we are gonna, okay. Beginning of brow should be a soft line, not a stick. I don't really know. I don't really know. Okay. Top line across hair, or if trying to thicken brows, draw slightly above. So this is essentially how I do my eyebrows. When I actually have any brow gel. Okay, well, that's just how it's gonna have to be. So make the brow tail of the high side of your hairs. Fill in using spoolie brush, end of pencils to combine through and tone brow. I think I understand what they're saying. They're just saying comb it through so that it actually all like blends together. Kind of want to look like you have natural brows, which I kind of did, but you know, they did say spoolie, so I'm going to use, well, I was going to use a thicker one just to go through, but I can use my little tinted spoolie. Yeah, I don't know about this. I don't know about this at all. Okay, we're just gonna have to go through with the highlighting comb and just kind of, you know, work with it a little bit. I gotta go walk around town like this, so I don't want to look too weird. this is just how we're gonna leave it because I don't even have patience for this anymore. This is so not how I do my eyebrows. I really like a fine point tool and then just kind of going in afterwards with a little bit of tint just to add some more hair in there. Kind of sucks because my eyebrows haven't been done in a long time because I just don't have the time or the money for it. Okay, now for the eyes, because any person on TV doesn't just go in with eyes like this, because you don't really see them. They all kind of just blend in after a while. So we're just gonna go to the eyes. So we did the inner corner thing, yada yada yada. Eye color applied. So we're gonna look a little bit closer at the picture for this. So from what this is saying, we're gonna do a upside down triangle, or is that the, oh, you know what, we can do that. We got time. Get that V going. Put my hair up because it's getting all over the place. And yeah, it's tough. It's really tough when you're trying to like work through everything that you have in your inventory. So anyway, let's do the eyes. So this is showing that great place for a pop of shimmer. What? I don't think my eyes are feeling dark. I think after covering it all with foundation, it looks okay. So anyway, we're gonna go in with neutral shades. This is Smashbox. Smash. All right, and we are gonna go in first with my fluffy brush. I like to use this first. It's not telling me really anything about what brushes to use, when to do what when, so we just gonna go in. So I have a base shade. The name escapes me, if there even was one. It's such an old palette. So a little bit about what's going on with me outside of work. Obviously, I have a lot going on with this new job. We have our first zip trip, which is basically like an around town segment. We go to a different town in, the coastal Massachusetts area, and we just spend a morning newscast out there. We talk to hometown heroes, we taste some food from the town, there's food trucks, there's like music from the area. I've been helping produce that with our team at Boston 25, and it has been a wonderful experience, and I'm only a month in. I'm here for the whole summer and then hopefully to be employed again because I really miss having a full-time job. School has been great. I love being back in school and being in that environment, but I think I'm good on school for maybe the rest of my life. If I ever feel like really daring, I might go get a PhD because there are members of my family who do have a PhD and they've been able to do great things with it, and also, job security, all that kind of jazz. So that's been nice. Okay, now that I have a base shade, we're gonna go in with a little angled brush, and this is the Morphe, if I can find the darn name. It's a Morphe brush, I know that. And we are gonna go in with a brown. These are base shades, but because I'm so pale right now, there's only so many colors that actually look good. So like I said before, or maybe I did, I don't even remember, if you're on camera, you really want to look as natural as possible, just because you want to look like yourself and don't want to, look too bold, because essentially your job is a member of the media is to be very neutral and boring. You can't have really much of an opinion because you are, representing a company and all different kinds of stories. And you want to keep your viewership, you want to keep people happy, you also want to look good doing it. There's so much that goes into being on TV, especially in this larger market. There are so many rules to follow, just not only the ethics of being a journalist, but also being in the public eye constantly. You really want to make as many people happy as possible, and it can be really frustrating. And I've had to learn a lot about, keeping quiet, keeping matters to myself, not having an opinion on anything. It can be a lot. So I'm going to go in, because again, there really isn't much rules on this sheet here about how to do your eyes. It's like they kind of just gave you a free-for-all. I always look at my viewfinder because it's a great mirror. I have my mirrors, but this is by far easier